Fuck this shit. Black.
Wait a minute.
All right.
That was a good intro, guys.
She messed it up, but anyway, here we are back again with another WWE Talk. Topic today is Monday Night Raw. You can tell by all the red.
Monday Night Raw. Hey, here you go.
Everybody
my
on
main
one
man. Hey, this is my
sir.
manager, Donny Coleman, bro. Go hit him up on Snapchat, bro. We're going, hey, all our Snapchats and Instagrams, all that good stuff is going to be in the description below. You already know. Hey, we can't be saying that.
Oh, sorry.
I'll still believe
But like I was saying, though, this is my main man. Yes, sir. Hey, man, what do you do it?
Back to the topic at hand. Monday Night Raw last night was phenomenal. It was incredible. It was limitless.
breathtaking.
It was breathtaking. It was limitless. With all those TI words you want to use.
Are we all gonna do it?
Are we gonna do it?
We all gonna do it?
5, 4,
It was
3,
it was
1. Glorious.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Shut up, Donnie.
Shut up, man. So
Get in.
the show kicked off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. The usual. My client
talking.
Brock Lesnar is not happy. So what happens? Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring, doesn't say a word. He gets in Brock Lesnar's face. Oh, Brock Lesnar's about to leave. He don't want no smoke. Oh, what happens?
Claymore
kick.
that boy. Stop playing. He got Claymore, but not once. Not twice, but three times. What? That
I want to add, after all those 3 times, he did a kick up. That was great. That was great for him.
Drew McIntyre is a beast. He is the next Brock Lesnar. I mean, the Brock that we actually like. 2002, bro.
The best claymore he did was the one where he came back from backstage like, oh, you thought I was done? Hell no.
Yeah. Boy, he left Brock looking like a fat chick who just got done eating doggone salad. I was like, oh my God, that's a thing? Man. See, he made a mistake, but you know, Drew ain't no punk. You already know.
Drew is not no punk.
Drew ain't no punk. Drew kicked his head off his shoulders, boy.
And I've been a Drew fan since he came back to NXT.
Man.
He's right where he deserves.
But see, I've been a Drew fan since he was Drew Galloway. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Drew
respect.
Galloway.
Okay, respect that.
Yes, sir.
Respect that.
But you know, Drew, I mean, now I'm proud of Drew because he gone from 3MB to Drew freaking McIntyre, future WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The dude that's about to dethrone Brock Lesnar. That's not Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. It's about time. It's about time that we hear somebody other than Rollins and Reigns and Cena and Orton and this and that. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Now,
Don't pay them. Don't pay them.
don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind. So,
not cookie. Watch out! I'll RKO you.
So,
It's all Trey Max go to WWE, by the way.
so I can't. That's basically the highlight of the whole night. But we're gonna keep going in order. In order, should we?
Nah, a lot.
Because what came after that was we have new tag team champions.
Oh, the Street Profits did. Dang, dog. They got all the smoke. Ain't that something?
I'm kind of hurt though, because it was Seth Rollins.
But it's Seth Rollins. Who cares?
I'm a Seth Rollins guy till I die.
One time I'm agreeing
Seth
with you.
Rollins.
Seth Rollins, the day I die.
See, my thing about Seth Rollins is good, but he's getting overplayed. And I say that because it's like he's just getting overplayed. He's becoming another John Cena.
Kill him!
I'm sorry to say it, but he's becoming another John Cena. He definitely is. Him and Roman was almost like a John Cena to begin with before he hit that like leukemia stuff.
I mean, he's kind of now even. I mean, you look at like Goldberg's like, oh, who's next? Roman Reigns comes out.
But
like,
that's
instant
okay
title
though,
shot.
because we haven't seen Roman in a title picture in a while, and he's building his character up. He's being more natural and not, oh, I'm a big dog. No, he's not. He's more natural with his character. That's why I think a lot of like people are messing with Roman, because I mean, if you realize the pop that he got when his theme song hit, everybody went ballistic. It's just it is what it is.
Once again, new tag team champions, the Street Profits.
Don't mind him.
Now, this whole beef between Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch.
Oh man, don't get me started. That right there, that has the potential to be another Lita versus Trish Stratus. That feud right there has the potential to be another Lita versus Trish.
Remember when they main evented on Raw?
That's what I'm saying. They have the potential. Shayna Baszler's she's a beast. But you got Becky Lynch, the man. She the dog.
You got the Queen of Spades versus the man.
You have WWE versus UFC.
And look, we know Elimination Chamber is coming up Sunday, but it's obvious that Shayna Baszler is going to win that match.
Oh yeah,
and face Lynch at WrestleMania.
My thing is they put Elimination Chamber, they just put it there. There was no hype. There was really no advertisement for Elimination Chamber when I realized it wasn't no like real advertisement for it.
I mean, look at it this way. Going back to the Street Profits versus Seth Rollins and Murphy, they're having a rematch for the titles at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that was last minute.
That was last minute. They're having Aleister Black versus AJ Styles, also last minute.
But y'all got to remember though, the only reason why they did this, I believe when I was talking to Brandon the other night, they only did that because of AEW. Vince says he's not scared of AEW, but ratings say otherwise.
Because we're just coming off of Revolution.
Like, because you had Jon Moxley win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That was getting a lot of buzz. So how do you top AEW now? You get Brock Lesnar. You get Drew McIntyre. You get Drew to Claymore the hell out of Brock Lesnar. Not once, not twice, but three times. He got his head knocked off 3 times. When was the last time have you seen somebody dominate Brock Lesnar? And that wasn't Goldberg.
Or Braun Strowman.
Or Reigns. Or Rollins.
Or John Cena.
What was the last person you seen? Anybody?
Seth Rollins at Mania 35.
No. I'd say besides Seth Rollins. Bye, Jason. I'm listening. But I mean, like, my point is, Brock has the potential to make and break another person's career. Same thing as John Cena. See, Roman Reigns is kind of getting there to the point like he can choose to push somebody or bury somebody. And that good example came at Super Showdown. Brock destroyed Ricochet like he destroyed Kofi.
Moment of silence for Ricochet
In his pants, yeah. His pants.
Oh God,
his pants are gone. By the way.
Okay, moment of silence for Ricochet, Kofi Kingston, and Ricochet's pants. All right,
Deceased.
But to go into make or break, I mean, that's what people are looking at when John Cena accepted the Fiend's challenge. Because rumors are going, the Fiend will win, and that's kind of pushing the Fiend up.
That will.
Why he got that match. It kind of blew me though when they were like, "Oh, John Cena's like, oh, I don't want to just walk in and get a match. Like, there's upcoming superstars that want to earn it." Fiend comes out, points to the side. All right, you're on.
Yeah, I get it. That kind of contradicts everything that he said, but you gotta go back to how Cena was when he did his promo. That's how you know Cena's a good actor, because he made it seem like, yeah, I'm really, this is it. There's no more WrestleMania for me. There's no more wrestling for a long time.
I thought he was just retiring for the time being.
Then Fiend comes out. John, we already know big match John.
Big Match John, yes.
He's not.
Shout out to JBL because he made that Big Match John.
Like, he's not going back down from a challenge. That's just Cena. Hustle, loyalty, and respect.
When have you ever seen John Cena back down from a challenge?
Never.
And with this,
Never give up.
No.
And with this,
Cena, go ahead.
And with this going in, I mean, look at when they faced each other at WrestleMania 30. That was actually a pretty decent match.
And it bumped up Bray Wyatt too. That whole
It
feud.
did. It did. And then, like, even after WrestleMania, when it went as far as what?
Extreme Rules and Payback.
Payback. So it was a good feud, and to kind of revisit that again, because the Fiend never forgets.
That's true. That's why I love the Fiend character so much, because until Goldberg came into the scene, the Fiend had his storyline. His storyline goes back to when he was just Bray Wyatt, when he attacked. Who did he attack? He attacked. I believe he attacked
Fiend.
Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's a good example.
Right. The Fiend has targeted every person that has beaten Bray Wyatt, and now he's on John Cena.
Now he's on John Cena, and on top of that, the Fiend has defeated everybody that has come into his past. Besides, Goldberg was just a different situation. That was just Saudi money, like blood money, bro. Look, Goldberg was trying to get that check, dog.
Goldberg did not encounter Bray Wyatt. He never did. That was just all Saudi Arabia hype. That's it.
That was it.
The one feud that I'm gonna be sad that they won't be able to revisit with the Fiend character will be the Ambrose Fiend feud.
That's true. That would have been a good.
Just think about how Moxley is now versus the Fiend. That would have been a good match.
That would have.
That's good. But see, we won't get that because WWE messed that up. If WWE wasn't the way it is, and it was like
we would still have Cody Rhodes. We would still have Goldust. We would still have Chris Jericho. We would still have Dean Ambrose, Jack Swagger. The list goes on of superstars that WWE dropped the ball with.
Luke Harper,
Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
rumor has it Matt Hardy is going to AEW.
Yeah, the Dark Order. Yeah, they need a leader.
Well,
they need a broken leader.
Because they've said
they need a broken. Delete.
Because
come on, Jason.
Delete.
We already know it.
Well, the thing that's going to know too is like with Luke Harper, with reports of him signing, they're assuming he's going to go into the Dark Order right off the bat.
But see, with Luke Harper, it's been rumored that it's either AEW or New Japan. A lot of people say, I think Booker T even said it, Luke will probably prosper in New Japan better than AEW.
Well, I mean, look at the small feuds that Jericho had in New Japan with Omega and Naito. Those were some good ass matches.
Like, my thing, the only problem with WWE is one thing: creative control. That's what's killing WWE. Have you realized, any wrestler that wants to leave or has left, their number one complaint for WWE was creative control.
I'm glad you brought that up because
that was the thing in Matt's video when he posted on his YouTube channel. He said the reason that I'm leaving is because me and WWE, as far as creative are concerned, are in two different places.
I'm glad you brought that up because it was an episode of AEW, and it was when Jack Swagger was in the Inner Circle. Well, what's his name now?
Jake Hager.
Thank you, Jake Hager. And the crowd was like, "We the people." Chris Jericho was like, "No."
It's like, we the people, like, screw that. That's dead and gone.
That was created by bad creative designers, something like that.
Like, he targeted creative right off the bat.
For real, man.
Because
and he's not lying. He's not lying.
That's the only issue with WWE is that creative control. Like, people have literally said WWE is a jail, basically. That's what they compare WWE to, a jail. Because you don't have no type of freedom. The promos are scripted, but they are changing that. The rumor has it that they're going to stop the
Scripted
promos because it's fake. People. All right, let's get this. Roman Reigns, I believe when he left, when he first announced that he had leukemia, he said, "All right, yeah, this is my name. This is my real name. My name is Joe. This and that." You felt closer because that you could tell if it was scripted, it was well written. It was well written. What the hell is this big ass head?
Well, the one thing that I give WWE props for is as far as like if there's a superstar who has like a serious injury, serious medical condition, they kind of go off the cuff and won't go scripted with it, depending on what it is.
That's true.
But if it's just like, oh, I tore this during a match, they'll make the shit look scripted.
See, this is my thing with the scripted promos. Look at the Attitude Era versus now. The Attitude Era versus ruthless aggression.
Attitude Era was in your face, take no prisoners. It was like, I got a problem with you. Let's get it in the ring right now.
I'm about to say something. I want all y'all opinion. AEW now is the Attitude Era. How do y'all feel?
I can believe that.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, if you see how a lot of their matches and everything have been going, it's been a lot more in your face. Okay, we got beef. Let's settle it in the ring. Like, look at the Hangman Omega and the Bucks. Hangman got like hella mad when they're like, "Oh, you were a jobber before we brought you in the Bullet Club. Now we made you a star and all that." That anger was like, you know what, my beer ran out. I'm leaving. Like, he was pissed off, and you see that in the match. Like, after.
That's what I'm saying. AEW. Matter of fact, let's compare it. Let's do this. WWE versus WCW. WWE versus TNA. WWE versus AEW. The one issue that that WWE have against all of them is that their wrestlers have creative control. Look at the broken Matt Hardy gimmick in TNA. That's why Matt Hardy was so well loved again because of the broken Matt Hardy gimmick.
Because he had Big Money Matt and then it got changed to broken.
That's what I'm saying. See, then WWE tried to put that twist on the broken Matt Hardy getting and called him Woken Matt Hardy.
Woken Matt Hardy.
Who the hell is Woken Matt Hardy? What is, like, this some biblical.
And the thing is, they poked fun a little bit, if I remember correctly, with the whole Willow gimmick that Hardy used in TNA. Like, that was good in TNA, and then WWE just plays with it, and it just doesn't become anything.
TNA broken Matt Hardy was that was the real thing. Woken Matt Hardy?
Woken Matt Hardy was like he was a broken Matt Hardy.
Go back to the trash can.
Well, it's like if you look at it this way, because with like Sidney comparing all these other promotions, you look at TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, NWA, AEW. How many former WWE superstars do you see in all those promotions now?
That's crazy. And a guy that had really good potential in the WWE, but WWE messed it up. Bad News Barrett. Wade Barrett. Stu Bennett in NWA.
The only title he ever won was the Intercontinental
title.
Intercontinental. Wasn't he a tag team champion though?
No.
He wasn't. But Wade,
he was in the core, the Nexus.
Wade Barrett had the potential to become a WWE World Champion, but WWE wasn't going that route. That's the only thing.
I mean, you look at it, you could even have called it during the 2010 Nexus Wade Barrett. I mean, look at many times he
was a beast.
He performed against Orton really well. You look at his match at Bragging Rights and Survivor Series and all that. Like, those are some good matches. He could have won it then. I mean, granted,
he didn't technically beat John Cena, but
he didn't beat him
he made John Cena join the Nexus.
Now, see,
like, come on now.
I think what kind of like messed it up, they didn't let Cena do a full heel turn. Now, if Cena would have did a full heel turn, and he was in the Nexus, and you had Wade Barrett, the leader of the Nexus, just persuaded John Cena to turn heel. Bro, Wade Barrett could have been. He is a beast, but he could have been way. He has a lot of potential.
He could have been WWE champion when he was in Raw. Then he went to SmackDown, made the core. He could have been world heavyweight champion, but
if he never even became a world champion. He could have been WWE top one of the top guys. He could have been the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of back then. That's what he became. He could have became.
I mean, I'll admit he did.
That's a bold statement right
While
there. That's
he
a
was
bold statement.
While he was a multiple Intercontinental champion, I think it was like 5 times.
5 times?
I-
5 times?
5 times?
Five?
5 times?
Five?
Where's Booker T at? 5
Five
times?
times?
5 times?
Where's Big E? His favorite number is 5 too.
Yeah.
Because it's like you looked at the matches he had for the Intercontinental title against the Miz and whatnot. Those were good, and that
The
just
match he had against Dean Ambrose too.
against the Amber. So that just goes to show he could have had that main event world title spot, but WWE Creative's like, we're not doing this. We're just gonna make you. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
But see, what I can say is that was his best gimmick. Because sometimes it would come out at random too. Like he would shoot up from like the side of like the
Right,
with the
bro,
podium and
it's
everything.
a
Like the podium
it
is-
would just be a random match, and then all of a sudden you hear his music. You're like, what the heck?
And then you just
Oh
see-
man, Miss
and
Barry.
you
All
just see
right.
the podium just rising up.
The gavel. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
WWE wasted a lot of potential. Like WWE have a lot of wrestlers that have good potential.
But they just don't use them.
Let's bring up the guy that just lost that Super Showdown to Brock Lesnar, Ricochet. Ricochet on the Indies was cold.
We talked about Ricochet. Me and Jason talked about Ricochet in another video, and he brought up all the other matches, all of those matches he had before he came to WWE, before he came to NXT.
Just for me, one of my personal favorite superstars on Raw is Ricochet. I followed him back since like the days of New Japan and everything, and he's a really good wrestler. Does he deserve a world title? Yes, he does. The fact that they're like, you know what, we're gonna give him the match. We're not gonna let him win because we got to build the whole Lesnar, Drew McIntyre thing, but we'll give him that match to say he had that title match.
All of you could go like back to his New Japan like Super Junior days. Like he had good matches like against Ospreay and everything. Like those were some good matches. He's come to WWE and he hasn't. We just like playing. Ricochet's pants.
What I just found out and I didn't really notice.
What?
Ricochet was in Lucha Underground.
Yes.
Someone finally said
Yes.
something.
Yes, he was.
And-
Yes.
But he was a masked wrestler though.
And I mean, speaking of Lucha
Prince
Underground,
Puma.
look at it this way: John Morrison, recently returning, Lucha Underground World Champion there, and TNA World Heavyweight Champion gets back.
Bro, my thing is he's amazing with the Miz. Like
They brought back the dirt sheet and everything. They're SmackDown Tag Team Champions now.
bro.
But there's some, like everyone was talking about, they could have brought him back in so many better ways than just, oh, let's get a word in with the Miz. Oh, he's not taking interviews. Like
Wow.
that was a
But-
wasted debut.
It was, but the thing is, John Morrison is back.
I mean, just be glad that he's back.
Right.
I mean, to be honest, he could have came back in a bigger way instead of, being in the Miz's locker room.
I mean, what's
Like,
Because in real life, they are good friends too.
I mean,
yeah.
what's scaring me?
It's beyond the ring.
And what's scaring me is you look at so many indie guys who are now coming into the WWE mold. Like you have Styles, you have Joe, you have Ricochet, you have all these top tier guys, and half of them are already getting treated as jokes.
Yeah, you forgot that one person, Robert Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
No, even now, like his talent's getting wasted. I mean, he's with Ziggler, and then they tried to make him into this whole Rick Rude revamp, and it was just like,
That was terrible.
like why?
See, my thing is,
He was better in NXT.
Robert
He
Roode.
was.
He was
NXT,
better in
NXT,
in TNA.
Yeah, in
better
Impact.
in
NXT
He
and
was the
TNA.
longest
That's where
TNA
he really
World
shined. That's where he really shined. That's the same thing with Drew McIntyre. And now of course, Drew McIntyre is finally getting the shine that he deserves. And TNA, Drew Galloway, NXT, Drew McIntyre, whatever you want to call him, those two, that is where he shined the most.
I mean, you want to look at this perspective. 3 guys that they bring into the mold: AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Robert/Bobby Roode, all former TNA World Heavyweight Champions.
And you know what's crazy?
And only one of them was WWE champion.
AJ Styles.
See, my thing is, with just the original TNA guys, Eric, But see, Eric Young is kind of pushing it up because Eric Young was the R-Truth of TNA. He was the joke character.
Well, there was a segment
that's kind of pushing it.
Well, then there was a segment they pulled with him against Magnus when they tried to make him the Daniel Bryan of that instance because they wanted to try and recreate that
Let me
storyline.
tell you something. Other companies need to stop being like WWE. That's
mean,
why
you
that's
got
why
the
TNA lost in the original Monday Night Wars. Well, I wouldn't say not the original, but the
Because we know what the original was.
the revamped Monday Night Wars. But that's beyond the topic though. But like I was saying before, the original TNA guys have the potential to be world champions in WWE. It's just WWE not using them. We don't know why. Matter of fact, we do know why. Vince just needs to go.
You're not a genius, Vince. You're not.
No,
a genius.
Vince. This is my thing. Vince. Matter of fact, no, actually no. Now the reason why WWE is feeling a little better is because Vince is worried about the XFL. So he's not really.
Right, he's not really
focused on WWE like that.
And even that's a traitor. I've seen like some of the new rules and stuff they got going for that. It's terrible. Like, oh, no one can chase after the player until the player gets it and gets past like the 10-yard line. Like it's like a BS like version of the NFL going soft.
It is, but it's better than it was before.
Bottom line, I don't care about that whole XFL stuff, but the bottom line is he's not touching NXT.
That's why you see NXT matches are better than like the main event stuff because Triple H is in charge of NXT. You see he makes a good product. You look at Vince's product and it's just stale.
And you go back to when like Xavier Woods had NXT versus WWE Superstars playing a game and they was in the NXT ring. Adam Cole was like, I'll just say this, and everybody's thinking it, NXT is so much better than WWE.
It is.
Their song, We Are Not Your Kind, is more than a song.
It's just a statement.
It's a real statement. Back to Monday Night Raw, we kind of drifted off way off.
We
We
drifted.
went on this whole like
We went on this whole rant.
We were talking about Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler.
And then we went to the Indies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so AJ Styles versus Aleister Black.
Waste of time. The most. Oh my God, that right there was just a waste of time because it's like, okay, I get it that you kind of try to protect Styles, like from injuring himself again, but it was a waste of time having Carl Anderson, then Luke Gallows on there. You could have just made it a 3-on-1 to begin with instead of wasting
Styles
time.
didn't even have to get in the ring. He could have just went for the pin.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now, what do you think about what they're doing for WrestleMania, having Styles go against Undertaker?
I'm a fan of it because you got the two of the biggest stars from two different brands, damn near the same generation. Damn near. When AJ was running on TNA, Taker was actually WWE champion, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Taker was actually, I just remember that.
He
Taker was champion back. Oh yeah. So you had
Back then, Taker was wrestling daily too.
Yeah, so you have AJ Styles because we already had AJ Styles versus John Cena. We already had AJ Styles versus Randy Orton.
Samoa Joe too.
Oh well, we already seen that in TNA. But I'm talking about the top WWE guys at the same time AJ was running TNA.
Well, this begs the question, kind of as a random question,
And Roman, he fought Roman for a little while too.
with Styles and Undertaker facing each other in Mania, do you think this is possibly Undertaker's retirement match at Mania, so to speak?
WrestleMania 33 was supposed to be his retirement match.
Where we got the most awkwardest striptease in the ring?
Yes, that was supposed to be because he literally gave the yard to Roman.
And he did. He definitely did.
It was a fight for the yard, and even during the match, like Undertaker pushed him out. He was like, "My yard." Pushed him out again. Still my yard, and Roman won. So that should have been the end of the Undertaker. But hey, he likes getting money, so he likes getting paid. So
with Taker, it's just if you go against Taker sometime in your career, you're basically being blessed, bro. Your career is being blessed because you can not that many people can say, all right, I went against the Undertaker and won, or I went against the Undertaker and like had a good chance.
But only one person can say I went against the Undertaker and beat the streak. but we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna say his name.
We're not going to talk about
Well, you can
Block Party.
you
Brock Party.
you can make the call about like how Undertaker will help build up and coming stars. I mean, I told you a story earlier from Cody with the Rumble, where Undertaker was literally like, "Hey, kick me in the knee, like hit me," and takes him up. Like he'll build up and coming stars up.
Oh yeah, he definitely will.
And he who shall not be named, does not do that. He got kicked by Drew. He does not do that.
No, he doesn't. He will squash you in an instant.
He will squash you like
Ricochet
a
was
bug.
a good example.
Rest in peace,
Kofi
Ricochet.
Kingston.
Was a good example. But the thing is, you know what? A lot of people don't know. John Cena, big match John. He actually buried a couple guys. Yeah, he actually buried a couple guys.
He buried him just to say like, hey, I ain't going nowhere.
Well,
Like,
and
yeah,
that makes like when Ryback said, "Oh, the reason I didn't have a main event career was because of John Cena."
That's definitely a fact.
Which begs the question: could Ryback have been the main eventer?
All right.
Yes. Yes, he can. Yeah, he
yeah.
could have. Yes. He could have. He could have.
All right, but let's get back on topic. And Monday Night Raw it was a good show. It was a good show overall. But I feel like we're gonna have to skip straight to the end.
Oh, I can talk. Well, there's one other tag team match.
But
We just gotta mention at least mention it.
Oh,
So Humberto Carrillo and Rey Mysterio
man, I cannot
versus
forget about that. The match of the Luchadors.
and look, I thought about this while this match was going. WWE should make a Mexican title. They did it with the European title. They clearly have a United States title. They should just make a Latino championship.
That'd be cool.
Think about that.
That'd be cool too. And they starting to push their like Hispanic superstars.
Bro,
They definitely doing that.
WWE, please do it. Anybody who watches this episode, please like comment and just promote this video.
Well, wait. How they handle the Luchadors? Though? They disrespect them too. How many masked superstars have had at least one or two segments where their mask is getting ripped off? Come on, Mysterio, Sin Cara.
But you gotta think about it though. Mysterio, he's kind of used to it because when he first started his career, he didn't have a mask.
He did.
He didn't have a mask. People already know how he looked.
And then with Sin Cara,
No.
But Sin Cara.
Nobody knew what he looked like.
But see, this
took it long.
This is what happened with Sin Cara. Sin Cara got buried years ago when they went against the other Sin Cara.
I was about to say when they did the Sin Cara versus Sin Cara feud.
No, that feud was trash. That was straight trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I bring up they should make that title because of Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Eddie Guerrero put Latinos on the map when it came to WWE.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because Ray actually wore his I think his new line, new shirt of Eddie Guerrero, because that shirt I seen like he wore on last night was pretty decent. It was definitely decent.
He did have a close relationship with both Mysterio and Batista.
Yeah. But let's going back to Alberto Carrillo and Andrew Gardner, the cousins. And it's crazy though, their family go back to WCW with Rey Mysterio. That right there was ridiculous.
Everybody loves the Garza.
He gonna say less?
Aubrey.
Oh, she's back.
Thought you were gone.
Yeah, dude, bye. I'm dead.
So we were talking about the tag team match with Rey, Carrillo, and Angel Garza and Andrade, and I mentioned they should make a Mexican championship,
Like the Intercontinental.
like the United States and European.
Well, look, speaking of look at Carrillo. He says that
Humberto Carrillo.
he's getting a U.S. title match against Andrade at Chamber.
Yes, you're gonna mention. We're gonna talk about Elimination Chamber in another video. Now, because Sidney wants to talk about what happened at the end, go ahead. You take it away.
Man.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, you don't know?
No, wait, what happened?
Oh no!
Shall I do it?
To be continued.
Wait.
In the video right there, to be continued.
Okay, well,
No. We're doing this now.
No. Step on. We don't care, man.
No.
No,
That's all.
Jason.
Let him tell. Let him say it.
No,
So
don't
go ahead.
send
Kick
him.
it off, Sidney.
So let me tell you something. Here go that Phoenix, Hall of Famer, that Phoenix, that Glamazon, that Phoenix, went down to the ring to give us an update on Edge. Before she can even get 2 words out, Randy Orton, Mr. RKO himself, the son of Bob Orton, comes down to the ring, finally explains why he did it. He said, I'm just keep it short. He said he did it out of love. But you know, Randy,
He did it so his daughters can have a father, so Beth can have a husband.
And then blames Beth for being in the neighborhood.
Oh my God.
then what does Beth do? She gets her right hand, smack the taste off.
And kicks him in the gut.
No, not in that order though. Smacked him in the face.
And then Orange
Got in the face. Orton got in the face.
Orange
Kick.
threw that microphone.
Then kicked him in the gut.
Man, she kicked Orton in the gut. The next thing we know, RKO out of nowhere. Even though we knew that was coming,
We knew it
but
was
out
coming.
Of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But see, this is my thing. This is what I have to say.
Did he hit him with a
A
chair?
very
No, he
motivated, a very motivated Randy Orton. CM Punk said in WWE backstage, a very motivated Randy Orton is your best Randy Orton. Anytime Orton is motivated with any type of storyline, he will give his 100%. Now, I was talking to Donny about this earlier. With Randy Orton, you had his feuds with Jeff Hardy. Before, like years ago, that was one of the best feuds. And when they brought it back up,
Triple H.
yeah, Triple H. When they brought up back the Jeff Hardy feud, when they brought was that 2016, 2017?
I think it was 2017.
Orton and Jeff Hardy feuded again.
17.
That was gruesome. You had Orton get a screwdriver and pulled his ear out. I never felt so queasy in my life when I seen that on WWE television.
Thank you for bringing it up.
A very motivated Randy Orton is
It's
the
the
best
best
Randy Orton.
Now going back to that whole feud with Triple H broke into this man's house,
And threw him through his own
threw him
window
through it, kicked his butt in his own house.
in front of his wife.
And
But
what
see-
does Randy Orton do?
See, if you want to bring up the Triple H and Randy Orton feud, you gotta bring up that night in Monday Night Raw. Triple H handcuffed. Did he RKO Stephanie or did he hit her? DDT Stephanie McMahon. Then on top of that, kissed her in front of Triple H.
Triple H goes crazy.
I think Randy has something with people wives, man. Like if it's any type of
RKO's
feud,
one, DDT's another.
like Randy really like messing with people's wives. Randy Orton, he's a dog, man. He will DDT you, RKO you, concerto you. He don't care what you're doing. Your wife is gonna get hit. Not the way that you expect.
Go ahead, Jason.
Now, one thing I'll admit was with that RKO, like it was funny and smooth to see. As soon as Beth kicks him, he's already ready and just turns that into an RKO.
Because Randy Orton is a beast. He's the Viper. Vipers come out of nowhere.
There was someone that told me there was a spot where he did RKO where this guy was like he wanted to do something off the top rope. He hit the mat, bounced up just a little bit, and Orton RKO'd him.
Evan Bourne.
No. Evan Bourne, no. That was the first time Randy called an RKO in mid-air. Evan Bourne was in mid-flip when he RKO'd.
And Evan Bourne's move, he doesn't do a swanton.
No.
He does a whole backflip. Randy catches him in midair.
Seth Rollins went on
Don't mention that.
Seth Rollins goes for a curb stomp.
The Prophet.
What? Randy bounced him off on his back and hit him right there with the
How about this?
RKO.
One of the more infamous RKOs, WrestleMania 27, Randy Orton CM Punk. Punk comes off the top rope, Randy Orton's like, oh.
Randy Orton is the coldest WWE wrestler in all time.
Now,
All time.
I have breaking news, actually. I read this last night on Instagram. Rumor reports stating that Edge will be there next week on Raw.
He has to. But see, going back to like his comment, y'all got to remember, Edge is on a Brock Lesnar type contract.
He is scheduled, I think, at least 9 matches for this year.
No, 9 matches, 9 appearances. 9 appearances he has to do promos, and he's allowed to do 1 or 2 matches out of the year. So that's where you get your Survivor Series WrestleMania matches. It's most likely going to be a WrestleMania 36.
Oh,
Randy
it is.
Orton versus
Yes,
Edge.
it is.
It has to.
It is. It is.
We could go into like the matches.
Okay. Also, he brought up a good point. I also saw somebody leak the WrestleMania card, but they changed the matches. At first, it was going to be Roman versus Bray. Well, The Fiend for the Universal title. Now it's Roman versus Goldberg. And now it's John Cena versus The Fiend. It's still going to be Drew versus Brock. It's still going to be AJ versus Undertaker. It's going to be Orton versus Edge.
Ooh.
In a no-holds bar.
Now thinking about that, bringing it up, last night when AJ Styles pinned Aleister Black with the Undertaker's signature pin, I was thinking like that was gonna be on some like, was it 2011, 2012 when CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy, lights went out. Then here come the Undertaker right where Jeff Hardy was slaying at.
10. That was 10. That was
2010.
2010. Or 9. I think that was 2009.
I was
Because I
hoping
thought
it was
the
gonna
same
be
thing.
because Aleister was just laying right there, so I'm just hoping like lights go out there and take her right there. Just, but you know, WWE. I mean, if WWE wants to beat any AEW, anybody in ratings, bring
They
back
gotta
the
push the
Undertaker.
boundaries that they normally wouldn't push. They have to do what NXT is doing. They have to give opportunities, but also recognize like
The talent that you
the
already
talent that you have. They have NXT upstarts. You see them for like 2 weeks straight and putting on decent matches. They do get buried,
NXT
but they do lose, but they still give decent matches.
NXT is way different from WWE. Now I say that because one, the style of wrestling NXT basically have indie style wrestling.
Oh man.
Like NXT, like the only thing is this is what I wish for the main rosters, Raw and SmackDown, to have NXT wrestling. That's all. The NXT style wrestling.
And it's because like most of the stars in NXT are from the Indies, are from TNA, are from New Japan, and look at
Alex
Adam
Shelley.
Cole. Look at Adam Cole. When
Adam
he came
Cole,
in,
your
the
top
place
10.
blew up because
Top-
everybody knew who he was.
Wasn't he in the Bullet Club? Was he in the Bullet Club?
I think so.
Hey,
Wasn't Adam Cole, baby, in the Bullet Club?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
he was.
he was in multiple stables. He was in the Kingdom, which also had.
Reddit. God damn it.
He was in the Kingdom that also featured Mike and
We
Marie.
ain't gonna do this shit.
No, we got to move it.
All right, might as well do this now.
But it was just like he was in the Kingdom with Mike and Maria Kanellis, among others. Then he did his own thing. Then he went into the Bullet.
We about to wrap it up.
Yeah, but you might as well wrap it up. So, no, we about to wrap it up anyway.
Wait, y'all already talked about Ruthless Aggression.
We're gonna do that in another video. Yeah. So either way, WrestleMania is going to be so far. It has a solid card.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw last night was the best one that they have ever done.
Years. That right there reminded me of
Donnie's
Raw
a
of
hater.
old.
Donnie is a hater. Yes. Hashtag Donnie's a hater.
Hashtag Donnie's a hater.
If you guys like this video, give it a like, comment down below, tell me what you think. Follow all their social medias in the link in the description below. Follow me, tell me what you think. Comment down below, share with your friends and enemies. And last but not least, peace.
Hey man,
Oh man.
Excuse you.
Matt,
So-
you want to get your YouTube plug-in again? We're about to do bloopers for
Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Matt.
Dude, it's my show.
Makeup lady.
They waiting for the intro, okay? They waiting for their. Got your YouTube plug in.
State college wrestling. Talking about.
So this video is brought to you by Frida or Funyuns and Icebound Water.
Just zoom in on that.
Ice Mountain.
Hey, I'm fine. This video is also brought to you by Aubrey.
So this video is also sponsored by Barnes & Noble College. bookstore right over there.
This video is also brought to you by Trio and Triple S Recruitment.
Can't see it, but
Can't see it, but it's there. Actually, wait.
And AirPods for free.
If you go to Prairie State, there's a job fair, okay? Friday, March 20th, 2020.
all right.
Francis